Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this demonstration of Concord's nose lowering, or nose droop as it's properly called. This Concorde belongs to one of IWM's partners, the Duxford Aviation Society, who own all of the airliners here at Duxford. This Concorde is rather special. It's one of two pre-production ones. One was owned by the British government, this one, and one by the French. And they did 5 years of testing before the airline Concords started flying. This one first flew over 50 years ago. It still looks pretty modern and streamlined. And the way you see it now in its streamlined form is great for going at twice the speed of sound, but pretty useless when you're landing or taking off. So what we're going to demonstrate is the nose droop that was developed using this Concorde. And we'll do it by pretending we're going to go from London to New York and show you the different stages of the nose droop. Our pilots today are Duncan and Derek, I hope. Looks promising. So they've been on board, taking 100 passengers, 90 tons of fuel on board. They're ready to start up. First thing they do is they put the anti-collision lights on. You see those where the wings join the fuselage, and at the wingtips, the navigation lights. So the engines have been started on the stand. It's been pushed back, and they're ready to go. The only problem is they can't see where they're going with the nose in that position. So to taxi out, first the heat shield or visor goes down. And once that's down, you can see the cockpit window, but you still can't see the taxiway. And so to follow the taxiway, the nose goes down further. So once the visor's right down, they'll put the nose down to 5 degrees. And so like that, they can taxi out to the runway, ready to take off. Unlike other airliners, jet airliners, where you select the power setting, work it out and calculate it, on Concorde you just put it on to full power and away it goes. At about 70 miles an hour, reheat or afterburners kick in and it storms down the runway, takes up at 247 miles an hour, so it could easily overtake Lewis Hamilton or one of his colleagues. 247 miles an hour, it lifts off, and about a minute into the flight they switch the reheat off because it's so noisy, and they climb away. As they are getting up to about 300 miles an hour, they put the nose back into the 0 position, so it's going to go up now to 0 degrees. And the heat shield visor goes up, and it continues overland at just under the speed of sound until it gets out over the Bristol Channel, because we don't want a supersonic boom overland. And then over the water, they put the reheat on, and away it climbs up to eventually about 60,000 feet. Now, at that speed, it is going something like 800 miles an hour faster than the jumbo jets and the Airbuses. And if you look down, you see them appearing to go backwards. Its speed, this is the fastest ever Concorde, 1,450 miles an hour. So it can easily overtake a rifle bullet. It gets to the States. This is, again, the fastest one in 2 hours and 56 minutes. But 150 miles from the coast, it has to start slowing down. And it takes it 100 miles to slow down until just under the speed of sound. Once they're over the coast, they start preparing to land. Concorde comes in a bit different to ordinary airliners. Ordinary airliners have about a 3 or 4 degree nose up attitude landing. Because Concorde doesn't have flaps, it lands a bit more like a swan. Its nose is up high because it uses the big wing to slow it down. So they're getting ready to land. They'll put the visor down first. And then the nose goes down 5 degrees when that's visor right down. Now, because, as I explained, it's coming in with its head held high, even though the nose is down 5 degrees, you can't see the runway to land. So this Concorde developed how far down do you need the nose to go? And it has the droopiest nose of the lot. This nose goes down to 17.5 degrees. pilots started flying this after about 5 years of testing. They didn't like it with the nose right out of sight, so the airline ones, this nose was modified and they eventually settled on 12.5 degrees nose droop for the airline Concords. We can briefly show you that. Now, we're coming into land, so we'll drop it back down to 17.5 degrees. And then if the pilot switch the pump off. Thank you. Right, so we're coming into land, so we can be seen and see where we're going. We start putting the lights on. On the side of the cabin are the taxi lights, they will come on, and the landing lights will come on. They are streamlined, recessed into the fuselage. You can see them coming on now. They'll come on when it's fully extended. And so like that, that's what Concorde would look like if you saw it coming into land at Heathrow or Kennedy. It lands much, much faster than ordinary airliners, something like 60 miles an hour faster. It can also stop quicker because of carbon fibre brakes. So we're on the runway, we're slowing down to taxi speed, so we're going to put the nose back up to 5 degrees. Put the pump on. And once it's up to 5 degrees position, we're in the taxi arrangement, so we taxi off the runway to the terminal building and the air bridge connects, so that our high-paying passengers can see what it looks like in a streamlined mode. The pilots will now put the nose up to 0 degrees. And that heat shield visor goes up, and they need it because it heats up to about 140 degrees with air friction. Up goes the visor, and that's it, folks. You've seen a demonstration of Concorde's nose droop. If you want to know more, there's more information at the back of the plane, or see one of our knowledgeable stewards. Thanks very much.